This round 2 series against the Phoenix Suns is all knotted up at 2 games apiece. We know how the first 2 games went. The first one was kind of a robbery by the Suns. We probably should have won that game, but it was back and forth. They stole it. They won by just 2 points, and then we came and blew them out in the second half of game 2 to win by a lot. So this offense so far has not been stopped. We'll see if that continues today, but we have a big trip to Phoenix for games 3 and 4. We're going to try and get, hopefully, at least through game 5, and then we'll go from there in part 3, most likely, if we even get to that point. But we'll see what happens here. It's a 1-1 series. Anything can happen. Keldon Johnson, Don Payne, Halliburton all playing lights out. Anderson is too, but we have already come to expect that from years past. So we're getting some really good production, and this team is clicking on all cylinders on the offensive end. It's just about the defense putting things together for multiple games in a row, like against the Clippers. So, without further ado, we're going to use the same game plan from last game where we have Halliburton guarding Devin Booker. They are going to start Oscar Tucker once again in game 3. And we're going to sim the first probably 3 quarters of this game, and we're going to jump in the 4th quarter if it's close. So that's the game plan for this game right here. Let's go into game 3. So a bit of early sim casting. How does the first quarter go? Well, Phoenix jumps out to, well, I thought they were going to, but instead it's tied after 1. Second quarter is now going Phoenix's way. And they are going to lead at halftime, but by how much? Well, it's a lot. 72-58 at the break. A 41-point second quarter for the Suns. Can the Woodsmen bring it back here in the third? Cut into their gap a little bit. It's back and forth. We're not really making much progress. Until now, to end the third quarter, we bring it back within 5. And we head to the 4th quarter with Phoenix up by 6. 10-19 to go. Let's jump in and see if we can come back and maybe steal the series lead here. So it's 104-98. Not sure who's playing well and who's not, or if anybody's not playing well, but we're going to see what happens the rest of the way in game 3. We have the ball down by 6. We've got Halliburton, Anderson, Payne, Bobo, and Joel Carney out there. All guys who have had some moments here in this series. And then Anderson steps out of bounds right here after waiting for a screen. Okay. We've got Anderson guarding Booker. He makes a pass to Kenyon Martin Jr. against Bobo. Back out to Tucker for a 3. Blocked by Carney. Man, I've been really impressed by his play, especially here in the playoffs. Bobo finds him in the corner. He won't fire yet. He'll attack the basket instead. And he draws the foul on Tucker, his 3rd. Plays on the defensive end and turning it right into offense a few plays later, or a few seconds later rather. He's got 17 on the night. These free throws will tack on a few more. 3 for 5 from beyond the arc in this one. He knocks down both. We cut the gap to 4. Booker off the screen, fires a jumper on the move. It's off the mark. Bobo rips it down. Up ahead to Anderson. He attacks the basket, hesitating against Kennedy. He goes up, and he lays it in. And now it's a 2-point game. Anderson has had an awful game. 16 points, 23% from the field. What is... Hold on, I gotta check the box score. So first of all, for the Suns, Copeland's got 21, 7, and 6, 8 for 12. Oscar Tucker's got 19. Booker's got 18 and 7. Shooting very well. So, I mean, nobody's playing poorly for the Suns pretty much at all. What about for the Woodsmen? Keldon Johnson's got 38! Who is this guy? Where did this guy come from? I don't understand the switch that was flipped when Keldon Johnson entered the playoffs. He's got 38 points in 26 minutes. Get this guy on the court right now. He's 13 for 20 from the field. Carney's our second best scorer. Anderson's 3 for 13. Halliburton has 12 and 7. It's the Joel Carney and Keldon Johnson show, man. Jesus Christ, this is crazy. We need Halliburton and Anderson, though, to step up here in the waning moments because they're going to be out there in place of Carney who has had a good day. Payne only has 6 and 6, but he's shot 3 for 4. That is a box score that I would have never expected from this team. Booker for 3, off to the left. And if we score a 3 or a city bucket, it's tied at the very least. Halliburton hesitates, and the offense resets. Carney goes to Bol. Had Halliburton on the cut there for a moment. Bol fires from the arc and missed it. Phoenix back with it. Booker to the rim at Kenyon Martin, missing the layup, and Halliburton gets the board. And up there was from Bol. Can we turn this play into offense? Halliburton back to Anderson. The triple. Line drive, no. Payne rips it down. In there for 2. We're tied at 104. Screen from Aiden. Booker got the switch. Back to Aiden, who will not fire. Good stop right there. And Anderson jumps in front of the pass from Tucker. Another steal for the Woodsman. He fires a tough one over Tucker and got it to go. And Vancouver leads by 2. Both teams have shot just above 50%. I believe we have Keldon Johnson at the scorers table right now with Vanderbilt as well. So we're about to go back to our full-time starters. Booker has it Jordan loose, and Payne has another steal. Defense turned into offense once again. But can we make this one count? Gonna ask this question every time we get a turnover, I feel like. Halliburton out of a shot, finds Payne at the rim. Look at this. I love what I'm seeing. Nice passing. Good shots. Good shot selection. We're up by 4. The Suns call timeout. So 7:05 to go and counting. They're going to leave Kennedy out there and not bring in Copeland right now. I think he's fully back from his injury, as is Payne. But they might be waiting on him for the last 5 minutes or so, somewhere around there. But Keldon Johnson has checked in along with Vanderbilt, as that 3 from Martin is off the mark. Another chance for us to extend this lead. Bando the screen. Halliburton gets down low against Tucker. He will fire, and he draws the foul. That's number 4. This crowd does not like the calls being made by the referee team, but I sure as hell do. First free throw up and good. Halliburton has had a massive uptick in production since we have made ourselves a playoff team. But it's 110 to 104. Kennedy goes to Booker. Now out to Martin. He'll spot up for the jumper. That one drops. Halliburton lobs it up on the move to Vando, who just posterized Kenyon Martin. What did I just witness? That was awesome. What a great pass, and what an amazing poster by Jared Vanderbilt. Under 6 to play. This offense is still clicking. We got 112 now. Aiden spins and fires, and Payne had a hand in his face. Keldon Johnson, mid-range jumper, got it to go. Before this game, he was the leading shooter in the playoffs at like 68%. And now he's got 40 points in game 3. This is unconscious play. Booker steps back and misses the jumper. Vando on the stop. A bucket here puts our lead to double digits. I would love to see that. Halliburton gets by his man and scores again off the glass. This is unprecedented offense. We look unstoppable. Under 5 to go now as we jar it loose, but Aiden ends up with it still. It's blocked by Payne regardless. Look at this, man. We have gone on a 18-2 run. Vando posterizes Martin once again. That is a 20-2 run here in the 4th quarter. It is now 118 to 106. Phoenix has just lost all of their 4th quarter leading momentum. And I still don't know where Copeland is. He's coming to the scorers table right now, and Booker just can't get himself going. Keldon Johnson to Vando. He goes to Anderson. Back out to Halliburton, top of the key. Shot clock winding down. Payne the screen. Halliburton fires off it. It's good. And there's the 120 that we have come to expect here on this playoff run. Halliburton's now got 18 points, but how about number 11 out there? Who are you and what have you done with Keldon Johnson? High screen. Halliburton fires off it, but this time it's off the mark. Booker finds Tucker on the cut on the other end. Quick bucket in transition. It's back to 10. Game's not over yet. From the elbow, Payne, the lefty shot. Are you kidding? You can't guard that. You just can't. Booker attacks the rim, and Payne comes over to block the shot out of bounds. Bando is there on defense. He was standing in front, but Payne, just some great defensive IQ on the help, as Copeland does check in finally with 2:50 on the clock. And Phoenix needs him because he's been their best player all day. And he will attack immediately, and his first shot swivels around the rim. The energy has been sucked out of this arena, and we're going to keep it going. Anderson lays it in for 2. We have shot 65% in this second half after below 50 in the first half. It's been pretty much the opposite for the Suns. As Copeland knocks it down this time, he's 9 for 14 from the field. But the clock is no longer on their side, but we just turn the ball over. What a dumb pass. Copeland on the move. Got it again. He comes in and immediately scores a couple of buckets. 10-point game, 2 minutes to go. Just a couple of buckets more should put this game away. Anderson off the screen. Wow, he had a wide open layup, but he went to Payne instead. But he'll still score. Doesn't matter. Phoenix taking plenty of time off the clock here, over half the shot clock. Booker ends up knocking it down, but they gotta go quick. Vanderbilt trying to go pick and roll with Payne, but it didn't work this time. Ayton jumps in front of the pass. And then he throws it right to Vanderbilt on the other end. That was Copeland making the bad pass that time. And that might be it. That might be the dagger caused by themselves. Halliburton for 3. No, but Vanderbilt's there to put it back in. That might be the finishing touch of this game. Anderson, one final bucket to put things to rest. 130 points for the Woodsmen. Still cannot be guarded. Cannot be stopped. It's a cheap foul to end the game, but that's alright. We can skip through this. We know who won this game. We know who deserves to be in the lead as Copeland misses the shot. Ball don't lie. And we can just milk this clock the rest of the way. What an impressive performance we have had so far in the playoffs. I truly did not expect this team to play as well as they have been. And if we can keep this up, it's going to be hard to find a team that can stop us. Vancouver takes the series lead over Phoenix. We've won 2 games in a row now with 1 more left before we go back home. Copeland, Tucker, and Booker all dropped 20 or more for Phoenix in the loss, and they had 4 other players score in double figures. But it just did not matter because this Woodsman offense is just awesome right now. And if Keldon Johnson is dropping 40 points as our perceived 3rd best offensive player, the league is in trouble. The Western Conference, at the very least, is in trouble. Anderson drops 22 on, not a good shooting day, but that's all right. Carney at 19 off the bench. Halliburton a double-double. Payne ends up with 1 as well. Vanderbilt 12 points, 8 boards, 6 for 7 from the field. Just fantastic stuff. Nobody was bad, and you take that every time. And this time the free throw disparity was actually pretty close, so they can't complain about this game. The starting 5 for both teams stays the same for game 4, so we're going to jump in here. Going to watch probably the second half of this game, or at least most of the second half if it's close, which it usually is at halftime in these games. So we're going to see what happens in probably the 3rd and 4th quarters of game 4. All right, our second straight game here in Phoenix at the Footprint Center. What happens here? Well, we're off to a pretty flying start here in the first quarter, at least offensively. We give up 30, but that's all right. We're still up by a couple. Second quarter, going back and forth now, trading the leads, trading buckets. And we go into the third quarter with a slim lead, up 60-52. Man, this offense still putting up 60 in one half. That's great. So Phoenix starts the second with the ball down by 8 points. What can they do on their first possession? Oscar Tucker, wide open look, but he skied it. On the other end, Halliburton goes coast to coast and draws the foul. The second on Sabonis, who gets the start today in place of Kenyon Martin Jr. I thought that the lineups were the same, but they actually weren't. I can't read. They do keep Oscar Tucker in as a starter, though, here in Game 4. First free throw up and in, and Halliburton goes 2 for 2. Ayton gets down low in the feed from Copeland. And then he steps out of bounds, turns the ball over. Halliburton to Anderson. Mid-range jumper off the mark just barely. Good look. Nice pass to Booker, but he's blocked at the rim by Don Payne. Great feed from Copeland, but it did not matter. Anderson working against him now on the other end. Waiting for a screen from Vando. He steps back, pulls a trigger from deep, but it hits back iron. Booker attacks again, and this time he's fouled by Vanderbilt. Booker is a really good free throw shooter, as we know. He's a great shooter in general. And he puts the first points on the board here in the third quarter for Phoenix. Anderson off the feed from Johnson, can't knock it down. Booker steps back, but thought twice about it. Anderson stays in front. Copeland for 3, off the pass, got it. Lead cut to 5. He only had 8 points in the first half and shot 25%. A big reason why they were losing after the first 2 quarters. Shot clock winding down, Payne the screen. Halliburton has to fire, and he got it. He's got 9 points, 7 boards, 3 for 6 shooting. Probably got like 5 or 6 assists as well. So having a pretty productive day box score wise. Booker takes the ball down low and is blocked by Payne again. But now he has an open 3 after an offensive board, but he left it short. Lucky for us. Booker also has just 9 points so far in this contest. So not sure who's been the leading scorer for the Suns. Anderson working on Booker, has to fire. Got it with the left hand. Oh, he's got 21. 8 for 14. And it's Dalen Terry off the bench who leads the Suns in scoring. 13 points for him off of 4 for 7 shooting. So maybe he is trying to make a statement about why he should start in place of Tucker, as Copeland draws the 4th foul on Halliburton. Gotta watch out for that. A couple away from fouling out here, and Anderson was trying to talk to the ref about that call. Free throw drops though for Copeland, and he goes 2 for 2. After a Woodsman timeout, what do we draw up? It's an Anderson layup. Okay, we'll take points however we can get them. Lead back up to 9, 68-59 after the first couple of minutes here in the third quarter. Vando lost track of Booker for a second, and of course he hits the fadeaway from downtown. Keldon Johnson, nice feed to Vanderbilt at the rim for 2. We've shot 52%, they've shot just 40%. They have a couple more shot attempts than we do, so they have a couple of offensive rebounds, most likely, and a couple of more free throws as well, I believe. Screen comes from Sabonis. Booker drawing Vanderbilt out, and he lost the ball. Up to Anderson. 101 against Sabonis. He won't fire yet. Trying to play some smart basketball, not force anything crazy here. Halliburton got the switch to Booker. Takes him down low, but then draws him back out. 5 on the shot clock. Anderson in the corner. Gets to the low block and hits the jumper in the face of Copeland. How do you guard that? Booker finds Copeland. His jumper's off the mark. Vanderbilt pulls it down. Oh, huge mismatch down low for Payne. Make it count. Good defense by Booker. Well, never mind. He was fouled. And he got the bucket, too. And Payne knocked down the free throw to finish off this three-point play. Yes, he can. We're up by 13. Copeland, long two. Yes. Anderson trying to respond with a three ball. Got it. 28 points for Simon Anderson just over halfway through the third quarter. Having a great day after, not a poor shooting day, but, like a lackluster shooting day in Game 3. He attacks the rim and misses this layup attempt. Had two defenders right there in front of him. Martin finds Tucker in the corner for three. Wide open, but he can't knock it down. Anderson hesitates. Now he's backing down Booker. Lefty shot off the glass. Left it short. In transition, Booker finds Martin, and he finds Sabonis on the cut. Nice passing. We jump ahead about a full quarter's length, and we have 6:44 to go in this one, with Vancouver now in full control, up by 25. And we just outscore them by a good amount in every quarter so far. I mean, it's just constant outplaying by the Woodsmen. They just can't keep up. Still shy of 90 points is Phoenix. Trying to get their pride of this game being over as Payne swats Tucker's layup off the backboard. Up ahead to Anderson. He attacks the rim and lays it in for two, squeaking by a couple of white shirts. Look at this take right here. Beautiful stuff. We have been turning defense into offense all playoff long. This crowd is dead silent as Copeland hits the jumper. Surprised there's still a lot of people here. I mean, I guess it's probably going to be their last time seeing this team in person until next season, unless we lose our next game. But it's a home game, and I expect us to hopefully blow them out to cap off the series. Payne over Aiden just cannot be stopped. Copeland attacks the rim, blocked by Payne. Look at that up defense. That defensive IQ. He's so good. He's so important to this team. As Anderson throws the ball away, trying to find Keldon Johnson. But regardless, Payne is an incredible defender, and he creates offense with his defense. It's just so fun to watch, and now he's got a mismatch down low. Go to work, big fella. 20 points on the day for him. Got to have at least 10 boards, too, I would hope. Oh, and Halliburton just picked up his 6th foul. He's done. A reach-in foul against Booker. So, playing time now for Herman Pollard. Zubac checks in as well in place of Vando. Pollard fires and drew the foul against Stephen Kennedy. Free throws coming up for him. Look at that. They've had more free throws than we have this game. First one up and in. We're about to reach that, I guess, non-elusive 120-point mark. Once again, still have not fallen short of it, at least. No, yeah, we have not fallen short a single game here in the playoffs. We have been electric. I'm pretty sure the Cavs are the only other team that have scored as much as we have in each and every game so far this playoffs. Because when I was checking their plus minus for all their players for the league leaders during the playoffs, the top like 12 players were all either Cavaliers players or Woodsman players. In fact, I think the top guy was Halliburton, and then after that it was like 4 or 5 different Cavs players, and then it was Anderson, and then it was Don Payne, and Joel Carney was also, I think, top 10 or top 11 in that list too. So those 3 guys have really just upped the level of play when they're out there, which is fantastic. Anderson pokes the ball out, and then he forced the jump ball against Kennedy. He should, in theory, win this one. He is much taller. But look at this swat by Payne, man. I love this guy. I'm so glad I took this guy first overall and not Javon Davis. Because who the hell would we have at center? Probably still Miles Turner, which he would be a good fit for this team because Payne is a very similar player, but Turner barely scores. So Payne is better in that regard as he lays it in. See, look at this. He is hearing me talk. Offensive board and a bucket. We're now up by 31. Dalen Terry, tough floater on the move. No. 6 for 22 from the field is Thomas Copeland. And again, he was taken in the same draft as Anderson was. It was him, Anderson, and Alex Barker all in the same draft. All of them were guards, and honestly, all three have been very, very good players. We took Anderson, 6th overall in the draft after trading up a couple of spots to get him. And boy, has that paid off. I knew from his first debut game that he was going to be awesome because if you guys recall, he literally hit a, like a buzzer-beating or game-tying 3 to force overtime in that game after having a great day overall, like 25 or 26 points in his performance. So from that moment on, I knew that we had a guy that could really score, which is honestly what you look for in one of your first draft picks of the entire franchise. That was our second draft that we had in the series, so that definitely panned out. It does not usually work for me the first couple of drafts, but it did this time. Pollard back to Bol Bol, open 3, bucket, cash. You can't stop us. 9 more threes made than the Suns. I mean, to be honest, for teams that take a lot of threes, like the Warriors in real life, it's no shocker that we don't have a lot of free throws per game. Sometimes we do because we attack the basket a bit more this year than years previous, but we still take and make a lot of threes, so getting fouls is not going to be a common thing for us usually. And I say that because the Warriors fans in real life, after this most recent game 1 against the Lakers, they were complaining about the lack of free throws when they took like 50 plus threes. Speaking of, Anderson hits one to just put the finishing stamp on this win. What's a performance in the playoffs, man? I can't say it enough. A 130-94 victory in Game 4, and we have won 3 games in a row to lead the series 3-1. And we're gonna go back home to Vancouver to hopefully close things out and move on to our very first Western Conference Finals appearance. Copeland drops 21 points on 24 shots in another loss for Phoenix. Booker at 19 points, but we pretty much held him under wraps. I think 19 points, you would like to keep him around there or lower. Definitely below 20 is nice. Oscar Tucker nowhere near as good this game as he was in the previous one, but Anderson was. Our second straight 40-plus point performance from a player. Last game it was Keldon Johnson. This time it's Simon Anderson. 42 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, 17 for 30, shooting 8 for 12 from downtown. Don Payne, 22 points, 5 boards, 6 blocks, 9 for 13. Keldon Johnson just keeping things going. Lights out from 3 and from the field. 18 points as well to go along with it. Halliburton only took 7 shots this game, and we didn't even need him to take any more than that. 11 points, 7 boards, 8 assists, just playing a casual role in this game. Pollard had 10 off the bench, and Carney had 10 as well. I mean, it's hard to stop a team who is consistently scoring and shooting above at 55% in almost every game. Like, that is difficult to stop. We're scoring in the paint, we're scoring from 3. This is quite the team we have put together here in year 7. The Woodsmen return home for Game 5, trying to put Phoenix to bed. We're back at home at Rogers Arena, taking on the Suns, as we lead this series 3-1, and they have brought in Barry Harper as the starting power forward in place of Sabonis. It's their 4th different starting lineup in the series. They don't have any answers for us. Copeland skies the first shot of the day, and we are underway on offense. Keldon Johnson, wide open dunk to open the scoring. Let's get this crowd excited. Ayton spins and fires. Payne's there in his face, and he gets the stop. Anderson somehow gets the feed from Halliburton. What a pass. Booker was there, but perfect ball placement. Look at this. Right to his hands. That's awesome. Oscar Tucker still starting for Phoenix, but his first shot is off. Anderson cuts, gets the feed from Payne, and has another 2 points at the rim. Double screens for Copeland. A three on the move. Got it. And he puts the Suns on the board. Anderson, the step back jumper. No, but Payne comes out of nowhere to tip it in. That'll count as an offensive board as well. Keldon Johnson standing in front of Oscar Tucker. He makes him pass out of it. Shot clock under 5. Copeland finds Harper for 3. It's in there. Nice shot. Is Harper going to be the difference maker for the Suns here in Game 5? Maybe so. Keldon Johnson, long 2. Got it to go. This dude has rarely missed here in the playoffs. Look at those numbers. 67% shooting from the field. Has not missed a beat. He's averaging over 23 points per game when he averaged like 15 during the regular season. Just a great storyline. Ayton, quick trigger, no. 5 on the shot clock for the Woodsmen. Anderson takes the screen, fires a long 2 and hits it. 12-6. Booker off the screen, can't knock it down, but Ayton's there on the putback. Well, shot clock winding down because Copeland poked the ball out and it went out of bounds on the other end of the court, but it doesn't even matter. Halliburton, the deep shot in his face. That's what you get. Tucker fires and knocks it down for his first points. Vanderbilt from the baseline. Really tough floater. No. Harper, some nice defense right there. Booker on the other end fires quickly, but can't knock it down in transition. And then Halliburton goes coast to coast off the glass. Soft touch. Look at his numbers. 26 and 12, shooting 55%. I can't ask for much more than that. He actually leads the league in assists per game in the playoffs before this game. Vanderbilt pulls down the Oscar Tucker miss. Vancouver leads by 7. Keldon Johnson crosses the court, gets the feed, wants to attack the rim, and has a lane. And that's the first foul on Phoenix. Just below 16 points per game was Keldon Johnson. But things have turned around for him. Copeland going ISO against Talley. He takes him down low. And he fouled him and he got the bucket too. It was almost a good play until he actually shot the ball. That's alright though. Cap off the 3-point play. Copeland knocks it down. Vanderbilt attacks the rim, and he drew the first foul on Harper. You don't see him get aggressive on the offensive end very much, but you saw it there. And he's a pretty good free throw shooter, so we'll see if he can knock these down. He definitely has given us more offense in the playoffs than I would have thought he would. I think he averaged like just below 4 points per game during the season, but he's had, I think, around 7 or 8 so far in the playoffs. So definitely a huge uptick in terms of what we're used to from him. Trying to go over the top is Harper, but he threw it right to Payne. That was an awful pass. Anderson on the other end has it at the baseline, but the offense resets. Not going to force anything stupid here. Halliburton, floater, after getting by Ayton, got it to go. 20-point, no, not 20. That would have been way too early. A 10-point lead for the Woodsmen. Off the screen, Copeland fires and just misses. It just rattles out. That was a close one. Payne over Booker, the mid-ranger, yes. We have missed only a handful of shots. Copeland throws it right to Payne. They tried the pick and roll, but now 2 steals for him in the first quarter. The lob up to Vanderbilt. He missed the dunk. Payne gets it back and has it in for 2. And we have already more than doubled their score. 27-13. It's time for us to sim ahead, though, as the Suns call timeout. They got to talk things over. After a 38-point first quarter, we headed the second up by 13 points, 44-31. Phoenix trying to claw their way back in this game, but so far it's been us in full control. As Pollard picks up his second foul off that reach-in. With 7:08 to go here in the first half. And looking to close this game out, hopefully. Trying to increase our lead prior to halftime, hopefully by like maybe 10 or more points, if that's even possible. But if we can do that, I really think this game might be over by then. Copeland spinning, lots of moves, but he can't hit the shot. Joel Carney to Vanderbilt at the rim against Harper. He's gonna fire and he scores. See, look, he's just been a bit more aggressive, and they've only shot 32%. You are not gonna beat us doing that. Harper the screen. Booker covered well still by Vanderbilt. He stays in front. And Booker has to reset. But Harper's looking for another screen. He finds Tucker. Deep 3. Got it to go. Halliburton. Tough shot. He's fouled on it by Copeland. I'm pretty sure that Aiden got a hand on that block, but he was fouled on the shot either way, so it would not have mattered. But 4 for 5 shooting so far today for Halliburton. And he knocks down the free throws. Bonus checks in for the Suns at center. Copeland spins, fires. Nice fadeaway off the glass. That was a soft touch. He's got 13 points, 56% shooting so far. I'm just convinced that Halliburton's never going to be like fully fresh. He's tired here in the second quarter. He's tired every game. Payne, nice move to get around Sabonis. Already 50 points for the Woodsmen. He's got 10 of them. Sabonis cuts, gets the feed, back out to Tucker in the corner. He knocks it down for a long 2. He's a pretty good shooter, actually. I've been pretty surprised by his solid shooting, especially from downtown. He's hit quite a bit of threes here in the series. Halliburton, pick and roll with Vando. And he turns the ball over, stepping out of bounds. How many times has this happened to us in this series? It's been a lot. So Keldon Johnson and Anderson both check in to finish off the first half for the Woodsmen. So all the 5 starters back out there for us. We have 23 boards to their 11. Keldon Johnson, open 3. Got it to go. Tucker trying to respond. Not this time. What was that lob attempt, Tyrese? That was a terrible idea. Ooh, tough bucket right there by Kenyon Martin Jr. Halliburton, the pick and roll with Payne. Down low on Sabonis. Just missed it. Tucker open again for a mid-range jumper, but that one won't fall. Payne pulls it down. He's 3 for 9 so far here in the first half. Zubats at the scorer's table for Vancouver. Keldon Johnson over to Vando. Trying to find somebody open. It's going to be Anderson, top of the key for 3, offline. Booker off the screen from Sabonis. Finds an open spot and knocks it down. Anderson, the step back. Responding immediately. 14 points for him. 6 for 9 from the field. Copeland will try his best from 3. Nothing but net. So Vancouver leads by 10. Under 2 to go until the break. Trying to avoid turning the ball over, but we just had one there. Anderson lost control of it. Phoenix trying to get our lead to below 10 now for the first time since, I think, the first quarter. Kennedy, the step back three. No good in the face of Vanda. That's not going to happen. He's a really good defender out there. Pollard has a wide open lane to the rim. Nice take. Copeland. Nice pass to Dalen Terry. Wide open three. Cash. And now our lead is 9. Pollard to Anderson. Long two. Yes. Copeland trying his hand again from the mid-range. Got it to go. A bucket shy of 20 first half points. Anderson steps back again. This time it's off the mark, and Copeland pulls it down. Phoenix trying to close the gap a bit further now. It's a 9-point game. They could wait for the last shot of the half, but they won't because Copeland scores at the rim. We're going to have the final shot of the half. Leading by 7. Can we get across 60 points again? Pollard to Keldon Johnson for 3. That's not going in. But we do lead at halftime. 59-52. With Phoenix on the brink of elimination here in round 2. 6:47 to go, and we've scored 20 points already in the quarter, not even halfway through. This offense is just electric. Anderson cuts, Payne missed him, and then he turns the ball over. Kennedy jumps to pass. Easy dunk on the other end. Off ball screen for Keldon Johnson, spotting up for 3, not this time. Off the backboard, we get the board. Payne over 2 defenders, draws the foul against Harper, his second. We are one more drawn foul away from putting ourselves in the bonus here in this third quarter. First free throw drops for him. 80 points for Vancouver, up by 17 points. This free throw makes it 18. Phoenix finds themselves in a hole. Terry on the move, hits the shot. Anderson this time gets the feed from Payne, and there's the 2 points we were looking for on the last play that we turned the ball over on. And I've been thinking about this a lot, but having Vanderbilt on this team is such a huge game changer for our defense. If we don't have him, the only good guy that we have out there for defense is Payne, and really the only guy on the team that's worth putting out there that can play both offense and defense. Vanderbilt, although not much of an offensive player, has been fantastic on defense because he can guard 1 through 5. It does not matter who he's guarding, he can do it, unless he's like a 7-2 player. But he can still do that sometimes too. But he can guard players like Devin Booker, and if we don't have him on this team right now, and we still have this series somehow, I think it might go to 7 games. But with Vanderbilt out there, he's just locked down on defense. So having him is a big change. And with Todd Graves hopefully having some kind of improvement between now and next year, he could fit that role beautifully off the bench, because now we have guys who can get it done offensively with Pollard, Carney, and Bobo now on the roster. My goal is to keep pretty much this exact team intact and have Todd Graves be the 5th player off the bench next year as one of those primary defenders. So that's the goal for next year. It could be difficult trying to find the money needed to bring all those guys back, because I know Bobo's on a minimum contract, so he is going to expect more than that for sure. We'll have Carney for sure. Pollard, I'm not entirely... I think Pollard has 1 more year on his contract. We'll have Todd Graves. It's really about Bobo coming back. That might be the toughest guy to bring back. And Keldon Johnson is also on the last year of his deal as well. So bringing him back on the contract that he wants is going to be difficult, but if we can get it done, that is the plan. But Vancouver now up by 21 points here in the third quarter. Just over 3.5 to go. Pollard, wide open shot. Can't knock it down. Booker ISO against Keldon Johnson. And he will score. Pollard, top of the key. Not this time either. The tray for Stephen Kennedy. Left short, but Harper got the board. He missed the putback. He tried to force it up as soon as he got the ball. Mismatch down low for Bol. Feed this man. He will score. Booker attacking the rim. Thought that was pretty good defense, but apparently he was fouled, so I guess it wasn't. Booker's still trying to get going here. Definitely having a lackluster game comparable to what you would expect from him here in the playoffs. But to be honest, him and Copeland have not scored either one of them as much as I thought they actually would. And to be honest, in round one, neither guy was averaging more than like 21.5 points per game. So I guess I should not have expected them to shoot better than they are right now, as Keldon Johnson just continues to be elite. 19 points here in the day, outperforming Devin Booker. Like, dude, you can't ask for more from this guy. He's been a savior for us. Kennedy for three. No. Carney, open look from downtown. No dice. Booker, tough shot from the baseline, but it rattles in. Zubac the screen. Pollard skies the shot, but Zubac comes down with it. He's backing down Sabonis, but he missed the putback. Pollard this playoff run has shot like 21% from three or something. He's been shooting well overall, but from three has been especially bad. Kennedy from the axe, got it. That'll cut the lead to 17 points, and we have the last shot of the quarter. The play for Carney, I think. No, it's going to be a play for Pollard for three. This time he'll knock it down. The lead's back to 20. Woo-wee! 93-73 with 1 quarter left. .336 to go. Phoenix has the ball, but they are losing by 28 points. 90-118. I kind of forgot to look at their team roster and see who on their team is a good defender, but based off of this game, it seems like nobody is, because not only has their offense been awful, but their defense has gotten torched each and every game. And we're going to score 120 or more again, which means that we're going to go through 2 total rounds here in the playoffs and still have not been, like, stopped on the offensive end. Like, it's just, I'm not sure at this point what it looks like to be stopped, because it's been so long since we have had a bad day. So that is promising. I think I know who we're going to face in the Western Conference Finals. Payne can't hit the turnaround jumper, but that's all right. 2.5 to go here in Game 5. This crowd's already bored because they've seen a couple of blowouts already. Booker attacks and has his shot swatted out of bounds. Don Payne. Halliburton, the finishing touches from deep. And your Vancouver Woodsmen have completed a backdoor sweep of the Phoenix Suns, and we have just punched our ticket to our very first Western Conference Finals appearance. Oh man. What a fun time it is to be a Woodsman fan, huh guys? 123-94 is your final score in Game 5. We win on our home court, and I think I know who we're going to face, as we are going to try and punch our ticket to the NBA Finals in this next series. Halliburton gets player of the game here in Game 5, and we are moving on. 28, 5-5 for Copeland in the loss. Booker ends up with 22. Terry had 14 off the bench and Tucker dropped 13, but nobody else played all that well. Several guys shot poorly for the Suns. But look at this Woodsman box score. 4 players score 23 or more, and guess who they all are? It's the guys that you would expect it from. Halliburton, 26 and 16 on 13 shots. Anderson, 26 points on good shooting. Keldon Johnson, 23 and 7 on great shooting. Don Payne, 23 and 16 with 5 steals and 1 block off of good shooting. Like, it doesn't get better than what you're seeing right here. It really doesn't. This is unparalleled basketball. It's a full team effort here in the playoffs by the Woodsmen. It's no longer a one-man show. We now have the team that can beat other teams that have 3 or more star players. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be facing the Spurs here in the Western Conference Finals, but the Pelicans stand in their way, but it's still a 3-1 series lead for them. Boston punched their ticket by sweeping the Milwaukee Bucks, and Cleveland and the Pacers are currently tied at 2 games apiece. But let's sim the rest of this round and see what happens. And would you look at that? I think this was fate. I think we were always meant to face the Spurs this year in order to make our way to the playoffs and make our way to the NBA Finals. They take down the Pelicans in 6 games, and they are the 1 seed for a very good reason. We face them next episode in part 1 of the WCF. Over in the Eastern Conference, it is also the 1 and 2 seeds that advance. Cleveland takes down the Pacers in 6, and as we saw, Boston swept the Bucks. So, the top 2 seeds in each conference make the conference finals. I think that kind of makes sense because Boston and Cleveland were by far the 2 best Eastern Conference teams, and I think it's also safe to say that the Spurs and Woodsmen were probably the 2 best teams in the Western Conference as well. And that's why we had the 2 seeds that we did. So, 2 really intriguing series matchups will come your way next time, everybody. And if we need to, I might extend the WCF to 4 parts. If it goes to 7 games, I'm going to try and fit in as much as I can. Probably 2 games per part in the WCF. And if it goes to game 7, we'll have a part 4 with that full game. But we'll see how the series unfolds next time out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. What a fun playoff run it's been after our best regular season in team history by a single game. But either way, it's our best playoff run in history, and we gotta keep looking forward, keep looking ahead, because we gotta keep on going, keep this train moving. It's been a fantastic last couple of weeks for Vancouver, and we're gonna try and keep it going next time out, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll pick this up with the Western Conference Finals matchup where Titans will clash next episode. I'll see you guys then. Take care.